You're supposed to fight Dan Henderson, of course, UFC 151. It was September 1st scheduled. A knee injury, an MCL injury, forced him to pull out of that. So Chael Sonnen, your friend, was named as his replacement, but you turned down the opportunity to fight Chael. It was canceled. First time in 11 years that a UFC was canceled. Now, your thoughts on that decision?
Well, basically, I prepared to fight Dan Henderson September 1st, and, he got hurt, and the UFC gave me the opportunity to fight a different opponent on the same date. I thought that would be a really bad idea, considering that me and my coaching staff hadn't prepared for that style of fighter at all. Me being the guy with everything to lose and not much to gain from the situation, I declined the fight, and now I'll be fighting Vitor Belfort on the 22nd.
Wait, I'm not done with the Chael topic yet. I mean, do you regret that decision? You've taken a lot of criticism for it, and I know it was just 8 days before the fight, but do you regret that?
No, I don't regret the decision. Pretty much, I had absolutely everything to lose in that situation. Chael Sonnen is a guy whose record is, I think, 6-5, which isn't a very good record to even fight for a world title. So I just thought it would be it'd be a bad decision to kind of give someone an opportunity of a lifetime like that.
Well, even before this whole thing was canceled, Chael, of course, he talks. You guys like to talk. And this is what he had to say to USA Today. It was on August 23rd. Here's the quote. You, will never fight me. He is surrounded by a bunch of yes men. When he asks them, is Chael better than me? They tell him yes. When he asks me, would Chael beat me? They tell him yes. When he asks, will Chael take my title away? They tell him yes.
Yeah.
Your reaction?
Well, it's kind of funny. He came up with that statement before it was even announced that Dan Henderson had gotten injured. So it just all seemed too suspicious that he was calling me out that way before I had no clue that my opponent was even hurt. People don't realize that Dan Henderson and Chael Sonnen are actually best friends. So I believe, and me and my coaching staff believe, that Chael Sonnen really knew his teammate was hurt. Obviously, he knew his teammate was hurt. And he had been preparing for up to 3 weeks for me, and that would have gave me 8 days when he had 3 weeks to prepare. I just didn't think it was appropriate
Not a coincidence.
Not a coincidence at all.
Okay.
UFC
boss Dana White, he stopped by our SportsCenter studios in Los Angeles just last week. Here is what he had to say about the situation. Listen.
When I first talked to Jon Jones was excited about this fight. It was when he talked to Greg Jackson, one of his trainers, who made the, craziest statement ever, that this would be the biggest mistake of his entire career, fighting a guy who was taking a fight on 8 days' notice when Jones just had a full camp. So, this is all good streaks coming to an end. Ours was 12 years. We had to cancel an event. Hopefully we go another 12 without canceling another, but now it's at the point Jones and I got to sit down in a room, face to face, man to man, and we'll figure this thing out.
Will you two be cool?
Yeah, we'll be cool. I mean, I'm not going to try to fight the guy. You know what I mean? I don't want to fight Jon Jones, but we got to work this thing out.
Okay, I don't know. Maybe you want to fight him. He doesn't want to fight you. But overall, how would you describe your relationship right now with Dana? Have you talked to him?
Well, again, to go back to the whole situation, the 8 days notice thing that he said, I strongly believe that Chael knew well before 8 days, as you can see in his comments that he made well before those 8 days. And I haven't talked to Dana yet, but I'm excited to talk to Dana. Me and Dana are both what I would consider great ambassadors for the sport of mixed martial arts. And us not being on the same page, it makes no sense. It gets us nowhere. So we'll squash it.
Okay.
And as far as his safety, he might want to bring his bodyguard with him.
Bring the body. Okay, that's the warning. He said it, not me. Do you want to fight Chael at some point?
I'm here to fight the best guys in the world. I really wouldn't consider Chael Sonnen one of the best guys in the world, judging on his record. But if he earns his shot at a UFC light heavyweight championship, then I'll be there waiting for him.
You are preparing in the meantime for Saturday's UFC 152 in Toronto. Vitor Belfort, your mindset coming into that, you're focusing solely on Vitor.
Yeah, absolutely. Vitor Belfort is an awesome opponent. He's been a world champion in 2 weight classes before, and I'm up for the challenge. He is what I would consider one of the best in the world. He's an honorable man, and I think it's going to be an awesome display of mixed martial arts.